Hello, everyone. I'm driving, so let me just look at you and focus on driving. We are the coaches from all over the world, and we call ourselves women in wisdom. But what we do mainly, we're traveling inside ourselves and the souls and spirits. And today we want to talk with you and with each other about manifestation. The topic was mine. So I am starting again the conversation. And guys, I really do want to ask you, how do you understand manifestation and how do you find the materials and information about manifestation in, wherever you take a look at? Looking for information in internet mainly, also from my mentors, and the messages I get are not all the same. And I used to be confused, but I hope I understood now what manifestation really is. But first, before I share it, I want to ask you, how do you see that? How do you feel it?
So,
Michaela,
yeah,
the believer.
The believer, yeah.
The manifestor.
The manifestor, yeah. So I studied the manifestation process really long right now. I think mostly over a year, truly over a half year or some more. And what I get somehow, the essence is you are manifesting 24/7. And how do you do this? Is through your own vibration. So you are in a vibration mode through your thoughts and through your feelings. So your thoughts have a vibration of your body. So your body somehow is the instrument that manifests it, because somehow you can explain it like that. Your body is somehow a material thing. It isn't for real, because when you go through the atoms and the electrons, there are so much space inside. It's all about the energy. But somehow in our 3D world, we are looking to things, so the table and the cup and whatever, and you can touch it, so you think it is a material thing. So even your body somehow, but the truth is your body is an energetic a vibrational thing. Somehow it's like an instrument, and you are playing this instrument through your thoughts and your energy and vibration. And how does this work? So when you have a thought, maybe, and it's somehow maybe easier for you to remind yourself to a place where you are really happy. Maybe in your holiday, you were there in a place you were really happy and maybe really calm and comfortable and whatever. And when you get into these pictures in your mind and you close your eyes, and close your eyes is very helpful, because you're shut yourself up from the outside world, because the outside world is also energy. I am a Trekkie. I love this this room where you create these things, and they are not real, because they are made of pictures somehow, and that's somehow like the world is outside, and you are the machine that creates this outside world. And how do you do this? Again, you have these pictures inside of you, and these pictures bringing up emotions and feelings and even thoughts. And I'm not really sure about what is the first thing, the thought or the vibration. I think somehow the picture and the thought, and that creates the vibration. So and you are creating this. So when you are in a happy place and you're feeling happy all the time, then are you creating outside world of happiness. So, and when you have worries and doubts, so maybe you look at your bank account and that's not so fine, like you want to have it right now. So you have this feeling of worry or thoughts of worry, and that's creating this energy of worries. And that's also what you're creating again and again every time you imagine your bank account or you think of your bank account and you create this feeling. You create again this bank account where you are right now. So the solution is, when you want to create something else, you have to bring yourself in this vibration of this, what you really want. So how do you do this? You are doing this, you close your eyes again and shut up from the outside world, and get into the pictures in your mind, creating pictures in your mind, and get into this feeling and thoughts of how you are feeling when you have this amount of money on your bank account. And what will happen then? The thing is, or the tricky thing is, if you have a too high level of amount of money you want to reach, maybe there are some blockages inside of yourself. Maybe there are thoughts, oh, I won't reach this. And the tricky thing is that they are not so obvious, because they're coming somehow from behind, or they are little really whispering only, and you can't hear them and you're not aware of them. So that's somehow the tricky thing. So you can say, if you haven't created or manifested this what you really want, there's missing something. And what is missing? The feeling of this what you want to manifest. So that's what I have to say about this topic some, and it's a little bit tricky, I know.
Well, I want to mention that Michaela knows a lot about neuro-linguistic programming. So this is it. You are telling us about programming ourselves. And yeah, this is a very important element, I think, of the manifestation. Arlette, how about you?
How about me? So when Michaela was talking, and I'm thinking about the consciously manifesting things, because you mentioned that we're manifesting 24 hours a day. We are constantly manifesting things with our thoughts that we are aware of and thoughts that we are not aware of. We are also manifesting things unknowingly. Things are also happening to us without even us knowing it. But we are talking about consciously manifesting the things that we really, really want to have, be, or do in our life. So the way I manifest things is that it's a challenge, in the sense that, because the thoughts that are coming to my mind that I'm conscious of, I can deal with them, I can shift them, I can process them, and I can put them in the right direction. But sometimes the thoughts that come to our mind and we're not aware of them, and usually they are the opposing thoughts, the negative thoughts that we are not aware of. So in order for manifestation to work, I constantly work on expanding my self-awareness, because technically I know what to do with my negative thoughts, self-doubts, or things that I want, and then there is this thought that you will never get it, you will never have it, or creating some sort of barriers and obstacles and difficulties, like there's no way it's going to happen to me, and I'm not even aware of those thoughts. They are engaged in my mind, I'm going along with it, I'm not aware of that thought. But through the years, especially the last 1 year when we started this work together, I am more aware of those thoughts. So for me, that's a big achievement on its own, because now I can catch them and I can challenge them and I can put them into perspective, because most of the thoughts that are coming are just conditioning. I'm aware of that conditioning, and I don't accept it. I don't resist it, because once we resist it, once we resist more, and then we are getting on that vibration, and then we're attracting more of that. So it's just a matter of accepting them, that these thoughts are there, but it doesn't mean that they are defining you. It doesn't mean that they are true. They are there for a reason, to keep you in your comfort zone, or to give you fear, doubt, stress, and all that. So I try just to say, okay, this is what I'm feeling right now. It's just going to go through me. And then I shift automatically when I'm aware. Then I can shift automatically and say, hold on for a minute, but this is not what I want to feel. Then what do you want to feel? I ask myself, but this is what I want to feel. And this is what I want in my life. But then the other thought comes, but how? How are you going to get that when in your physical world you don't have the resources, this, that? And then that's another set of wisdom that we had to learn, to say to ourselves that you don't need to know how, you just want to know why you want it, and the how, it just happens, circumstances, people, and there is where the strength lies. That there is where most people fail, because there you need to really choose faith over fear. You really need to choose trusting in the unknown. There is where your personal power lies when it comes to manifestation, right? Really believing that you have it, you've got it, you're on the right track. That's where the challenge is, that part when we do all the work and then we get stuck because there is another thought that says, no, it's not going to happen. So there we need to remind ourselves that this is where we need to demonstrate our personal power, strength to manifest, which is really belief of the unknown. So it's work in progress, Camilla, Michaela. It's work in progress. I've learned one or two things, right? Really,
I love that, really, Arlette, how you
teaching me.
Yeah, you are. I love really how you describe it, Arlette. It was really wonderful to listen to you. You describe it so well. I love to listen to you. Very nice.
Great teachers.
So Michaela, she's a coach, so she speaks well.
It's the other thing I want to mention here before Bree says something, and I cannot put the value on that, like having mentors and coaches and people like you in my life, because it's very easy to live in our headspace. And then the contact that we have continuously, I mean, there were days that I came to our mastermind meetings completely negative, completely like disappointed, like I've done the work, I've done this, and it's nothing is happening, nothing is moving, like in despair. And then I had people like you who told me, who explained to me again and again information that I already know and that I've heard so many times, but yet I needed to hear it again with a different version from people that I trusted, that really, really made the difference in my life. So I cannot emphasize the importance of surrounding yourself with the right people like us, like we have. And if you don't have that, please get a mentor, a coach that you really resonate with, that can put you on the right track. Because honestly speaking, I don't think I can do it on my own without the valued experience and the support that I get from you guys, or I got from my mentors. Doing it on your own, honestly speaking, it's almost impossible. I don't want to say it's impossible, even though I feel like that. I'm just going to say almost impossible.
I'm going to jump in here because you said something. First, I loved hearing what both of you said, and it just makes me so happy to hear what you're saying, Arlette. It's just so amazing because like we're together for so long, we get to witness, how we're all growing together, and to hear you, so beautifully articulate that really shows that you understand, and you've embodied that awareness for yourself, because that's the key. So for me, everything comes down to vibration. And you said something at the end that really I want to speak to, because for me, in the last few weeks, I've had so many breakthroughs and shifts inside myself. Like I'm really feeling that within myself at a whole nother way. And the way that I know that I'm feeling the difference is because the tension in my body is gone, or it's diminished so significantly that there's a lightness and an openness and a spaciousness within myself that I haven't had. I don't know. I mean, because I've my nervous system, I'm designed to just pick up on everything. And so my nervous system is always on overdrive, even though to other people I appear calm and grounded. There's a gift right there. But like I'm always reading everything on an energetic level. So in the last few weeks, I've really surrendered to the way that I'm designed to create in this world. And what I find is when I have these breakthroughs, the way that I want to share it with people, I'm using the same language that we've all learned. So I'm like, wow, I can't explain the words any differently. It has nothing to do with the language. This is the whole thing. It's the state of being. It's the vibration you're carrying. And so when we are together and we are surrounding ourselves with people who inspire us, we really need to discern, are they just regurgitating the information? Are they really embodying the state? And that's, I think, is the difference between a true mentor and teacher and coach versus someone who's just, repeating what they've heard. Now, there's value in that too, because they're in their own learning process. But what I'm saying is when you're going to find someone who's there to help guide you to that state of being that you're seeking to embody for yourself, so you can embody your own power as a conscious creator, you want to be in resonance with their vibration. Right? Because they're already holding the vibration that's going to bring you to that level of being within yourself, right? You're going to attract those people. So we need to learn, and begin the process of discerning, and paying attention to what we're attracting into our lives. Are we attracting into our lives things that are reinforcing our negative self-beliefs, or are we attracting things in our lives that's reinforcing the belief that we want to have about ourselves? And so that's a very, I think, crucial component for people to begin to understand, because I find now that I'm sharing the breakthroughs that I'm having, but I'm using the exact same language. It's not about the language, it's about the energy and information and the vibration that's encoding the language in which we're communicating, which is what's being transmitted. And so just by saying it from that place of awareness and embodiment, like, we all have done today, we are transmitting that information. It's not about what we're saying. It's really the state that we're holding. So the people who are with us can feel that for themselves. They're not just processing it here. Now, of course, the processing is going to happen, but they're going to really feel something. They're going to resonate deeply with what we're saying. And that's how they're going to know, if what we're saying is real or not. Of course, again, but it does take practice. This is not something that happened overnight, but it did happen quickly when we dedicate ourselves to our own process and to our understanding ourselves and how we operate. So it doesn't take long, but it does take persistence, right? It does take commitment to ourselves. It does take a constant attention to redirect our attention, right? So there's value in that. And that's pretty much what I say about it. We are designed to do this naturally. This is not a special gift or a power. We just haven't been taught how to be who we are, which is this divine intelligence that is connected to the all that is. So we are powerful beings. And we're just here to remind you of that.
Yeah, so we have to find our way back to ourselves. So because we were taught so much things, how we have to be and how we have to behold and everything. And so we have to, somehow we need help to find ourselves back. And through this reading and practicing and doing, we are getting more and more in contact with ourselves and our energy and our uniqueness. And then also into the connection to everybody and the whole world. And then we can interact somehow in a divine way. So
I just want to add to that, Michaela, that I just want to remind people that it's not coming from here, none of it, right? When we're going to find ourselves, it's not because this is the how part, right? This is not where it comes from. It comes from here. it comes from here. So we just want to continue dropping down into our own hearts and letting it lead the way. And we'll always get you there because it knows where you want to go and it knows the way.
From the body. Absolutely. Oh my God, I'm lying in the sky now, and my mind, although I'm driving, I am listening to you and I'm somewhere else completely. Each one of you is starting so many processes not in my head, in my understanding, to be honest. And I started the topic of manifestation because just a few seconds before we started this Zoom, I was listening to Harv Eker, the Millionaire's Mind book, and it was exactly about manifestation. And I heard the words that confirmed something that I found out in my own behaviors and acts in reality in 3D. The manifestation is the vibration, what you mentioned, and the thoughts, and what we think is the beginning of manifestation. Or it's a step, let's call it the step number one, but then there is an action, and action brings the result. We were taught by our common mentor, Eva, that when we have this idea in our mind, it brings the idea what to do, what actions to undertake to make this thought real, right? And I heard Harv saying exactly the same, that manifestation is not only the thought, it's also the thought that inspires action, and action brings the result. But there is one more element of this puzzle, and it's programming. Michaela, you were talking about programming. That's what the mindset we draw from our childhood, from our environment, home, schools, everything we were bringing up in, we are growing up in.
We had a call scheduled today. Is this still a good time to call?
Is Jay with us? And this programming creates our thoughts. And this is the beginning of what we think. And sometimes the paradigm we live in creates our thoughts the way that we think. Sometimes we're not even conscious that we think this or that way. But this is the beginning. So the paradigm creates the thoughts, thoughts create actions, and actions brings the results. And this was my thoughts for today about manifesting. And it's not only about vibration, it's also about what we do. And I also have I realized that in small thoughts, sometimes the thoughts, in small things, just thought is enough. But when we have bigger things in front of us, like I have an idea of going with my kids for holiday to the hotel with all-inclusive service. And it's not a small deal. It's not just holiday because I'm a mother of four, and it's a challenge. So I have this idea, and I started to think about it. So I started manifesting it, and it comes to my mind that, right, I have it in my mind, and now when I gain the money, any money, I will simply I will invest it into my holiday with my kids. This is how it works. What do you think, guys?
That sounds great.
Last sentence to summarize it, and let's wrap it.
Last sentence to summarize it is what Michaela and Brie were saying about going back and finding yourself, going back to yourself through feeling it all, basically, not just in your headspace. Feeling it all. Yeah, but I like your idea of the holidays, Camila. That's the whole thing. You want to go for holidays, you just think about it. You entertain the idea in your mind, how nice it will be. And somehow it happens, because what's that saying? Energy flows where you focus on. What's that saying? There is a saying like that.
Mhm.
What you focus on, it grows.
Yeah,
Basically, yeah.
basically, yeah. So
Where your attention goes, energy flows.
where your attention goes, energy flows.
All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you very, very much for this inspiring conversation. I hope our listeners enjoyed it. Hey, guys, don't forget to subscribe and listen to us next week. See you soon.
See you.
Bye.
Bye bye.